All right, so for this deep dive, we're going to be taking a look at a book that's been seeing a resurgence in popularity recently. The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles.
Okay.
It was actually published way back in 1910.
Wow.
But it's found a whole new audience.
Yeah.
And if you're into things like The Secret,
Right.
well, Rhonda Byrne, who wrote that, was actually influenced by this book.
Interesting.
But vintage or not, the question is,
Yeah.
does it actually hold up? Can we really unlock wealth creation like it's some kind of vault with like a special combination?
It really is fascinating how a book written over a century ago
Right.
can still speak to people today.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it really taps into this universal
Yeah.
desire to understand
It's
how wealth creation works, and
Yeah.
maybe crack the code for ourselves.
Totally.
Right.
And one of the first things that stood out to me was how Wattles completely throws out this whole idea of competition.
Okay.
You know, that whole like dog eat dog scarcity mindset
Yeah.
that we're always hearing about.
It's everywhere.
Right. He's just like, forget about it.
Really?
It's all about tapping into this unlimited source of potential.
Huh. That's a pretty radical idea for 1910.
Right.
Instead of fighting over scraps.
Yeah.
He's saying there are ingredients out there to bake an endless supply of pies.
Mm-hmm.
He even uses this example. Imagine if there were enough resources in the US to build a palace for every family.
Wow.
Palaces for everyone.
For everyone.
It really makes you rethink this whole idea of abundance.
Yeah, it really makes you wonder, are we creating our own limitations by focusing so much on scarcity?
That's a good question.
But, okay, let's get into the how.
Okay.
So Wattles talks about this power of thought,
Mm-hmm.
that our thoughts can actually shape our reality.
Yeah.
Is this where things start to veer into like wishful thinking territory?
Well, that's the thing. He's very clear that this isn't about magic or anything mystical.
Okay.
He calls it the certain way,
Oh, wait.
a method for achieving what you desire.
Okay.
And it involves clarity, purpose, and unwavering faith in your vision of wealth.
It's not just like sitting back and daydreaming about winning the lottery.
Well, not quite.
Okay.
Wattles emphasizes that your desires are like seeds.
Okay.
They have the potential for something so much greater,
Mm-hmm.
but you have to nurture them.
Yeah.
You have to give them the right conditions to grow.
Right.
It's not passive wishing, it's about active cultivation.
Oh, I like that. That's a good analogy.
Mm-hmm.
But how do we nurture these financial seeds?
Right.
Where does action come into play?
Well, Wattles says a crucial part of the process is gratitude.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Gratitude. That's not usually something you associate with people who are striving for wealth.
That's true.
You'd think it would be all about wanting more, more, more.
Yeah, it's a common misconception.
Right.
But Wattles flips the script.
Okay.
He says it's not about begging for more.
Right.
It's about being grateful for what you already have.
Really?
Gratitude keeps us connected to the source of abundance.
Yeah.
It stops that scarcity mindset from creeping in.
So instead of looking at what you don't have, you focus on what you do have,
Exactly.
and you feel grateful for it.
Yes,
And that somehow attracts more abundance.
exactly. It's about changing your internal state.
Okay.
Think about it. Have you ever noticed how when you focus on what you lack,
Yeah.
it just seems to amplify those feelings of lack?
Yeah, for sure.
Gratitude is like flipping a switch.
Okay.
You shift your focus to the abundance that's already present in your life,
Okay.
which, according to Wattles, opens you up to receiving even more.
Interesting. Okay, so I'm starting to get how gratitude plays into this whole certain way thing, this method for attracting wealth.
Yeah.
But how do we actually put this into practice? Like, what are the steps?
Well, Wattles says there are three main parts to it.
Yeah.
And the first one is you need to have a clear mental picture.
Okay.
And I'm not just talking about some vague desire for wealth. You got to get specific.
Okay.
What kind of lifestyle do you want? What kind of work really gets you excited? What kind of impact do you want to make on the world?
So you're saying it's like creating a vision board,
Yeah.
but in your mind,
Exactly.
with a vivid detail.
The more detail you can pack in there,
Okay.
the more emotionally engaging you make it,
Mm.
the more powerful your vision becomes.
Okay.
Wattles believed there's this creative force in the universe,
Okay.
this formless substance, as he calls it,
Okay.
that everything is made from.
Interesting.
And he says your focused thoughts, especially the ones charged with real emotion,
Yeah.
they can actually shape and mold this substance,
Right.
drawing your vision into being.
So we're talking about more than just positive thinking here.
Yeah, it goes way beyond that.
It's like you're aligning your entire being.
Yes.
Your thoughts, your emotions, your actions
Well, exactly.
with the reality you want to experience.
And that brings us to the second part.
Okay.
Unwavering faith.
Okay.
This is a big one.
Right.
Wattles says you gotta believe you already possess these riches.
Okay.
Even if your current reality says otherwise.
Okay, now that's where I struggle.
Yeah.
How can you truly believe you're wealthy when, like,
Yeah.
your bank account might tell a different story?
Right.
That just feels like I'm lying to myself.
Well, think of it less like lying and more like planting a seed.
Okay.
You don't plant a seed in the ground and immediately see a big oak tree, right?
Yeah.
You trust in the potential of that seed.
Okay.
You nurture it, you water it.
Yeah.
And you have faith that it will grow into what it's supposed to be.
Okay.
So it's about cultivating that same unwavering faith in your vision.
Even if you can't see the results yet.
So cultivate that feeling of abundance from within.
Yes.
Trust that your actions, along with that inner belief,
Right.
will eventually lead to real-world results.
Exactly.
Okay.
And remember, gratitude is really important here.
Right.
It helps you shift out of that scarcity mindset
Yeah.
into a state of abundance.
Okay.
So it becomes easier to embody that feeling of already having what you want.
Okay.
But there's one more crucial piece to this whole puzzle.
All right. Lay it on me. What's the final piece?
Okay, so we've got our detailed vision board. We're cultivating that unwavering faith.
Right.
And we're practicing gratitude for everything we already have.
Yes.
What's that final piece?
It's purposeful action.
Okay.
Wattles is very clear on this point. It's not enough to just wish for a different reality.
Right.
You have to act on it.
Okay.
You have to consistently take action towards your goals.
Okay.
Even if those steps seem small at first.
So it's about aligning your actions with that vision board we were talking about.
Exactly.
Like if my vision board has me living in a beachfront house,
Right.
but I'm spending all my free time at the mall,
Yeah.
something's got to give.
Right.
Something's got to change.
Exactly.
You have to show up in a way
Yeah.
that supports the reality you want to experience.
Right.
And it's about more than just chasing money.
Okay. That's what I really like about this book. It's not just about personal gain.
There's
like this ethical layer to it.
Exactly. Wattles emphasizes that true wealth creation.
Yeah.
It's not about taking from others.
It's about increasing overall abundance in the world. He calls it the advancing man.
Okay.
Someone who embodies this principle of increase
Okay.
and advancement in everything they do.
It's not just climbing the ladder, but like making sure the ladder reaches new heights for everyone.
Precisely.
I like it.
He uses the example of a doctor.
Okay.
A doctor who embodies the advancing man.
Yeah.
Doesn't just treat their patients.
Right.
They visualize themselves as a successful healer.
Okay.
And they act with faith, purpose, and a real desire to see their patients thrive.
Yeah.
They attract abundance not by taking it from others, but by aligning themselves with this flow of increase.
I like that saying, a rising tide lifts all boats.
Exactly.
You're not just creating wealth for yourself. You're contributing to a world with more abundance for everyone.
Exactly.
And that abundance isn't just about money, is it?
Not at all. It's about living a richer and fuller life in all areas.
Absolutely.
Health, relationships, purpose.
Right.
Wattles says these are all connected
Yeah.
and can all be improved by aligning with a certain way of thinking and acting.
It really makes you wonder if our thoughts really do have the power to shape our reality.
Right.
What does that say about the world around us?
That's the real question Wattles leaves us with.
Yeah.
Are we as a society holding ourselves back by focusing on things like scarcity and competition and lack?
Right.
Or can we shift our perspective?
Okay.
Embrace a new paradigm of abundance. One where we recognize the unlimited potential within ourselves and the world around us.
Wow, that's a powerful thought.
It really is.
It challenges us to be mindful of the thoughts we're feeding,
Yes.
the beliefs we're holding on to,
Right.
because they might actually be shaping our reality.
And if that's true,
Yeah,
don't we have a responsibility to choose our thoughts carefully?
we do.
Focus on the good,
Yes.
cultivate gratitude,
Mm-hmm.
believe in a future of abundance,
Yeah.
not just for ourselves, but
Right.
for everyone.
Wattles really gave us a lot to think about today.
He did.
From the power of gratitude to aligning our actions with our vision.
It's a really interesting take on wealth creation.
It is one that empowers us as individuals, but also reminds us that we're all connected.
We are.
So if thoughts really can shape our reality,
Yeah.
what reality are you choosing to create today?